So, if you could describe your dad in one word or one phrase, what would it be?
Really, really complicated. Say what I've got to do to get right. Do to get right with you in my mind.
One thing that I do know is he does his research. So you can't, like I said, like when I was talking about wanting to go into advertising and that, he just went away and searched the universities that do it.
Oh yeah.
Search what you need to get on the course. And I just said it because that's something I want to get into. You came back with information like, there you go, and I'm just like,
You wasn't expecting it.
yeah, I'm not saying advertising now, I'm saying when I'm 30 something, you know what I mean? Like, and then again, he's always about facts. It's like, it's not about how you feel, it's like, it is about how you feel, but what are the facts in your feelings? Like, what, you said this is how you feel, we want to do this, but what is the facts? Can we do this? Do we have the resources to do this? Like, you said you was going to do that last week, have you done it? So I'd say, yeah.
Would you say that's how but you're kind of like that anyway.
Do you think?
Yeah, do you not think so?
I think
you have that as well.
I think I'm factual, yeah, definitely factual. I don't know if I do my research. I think that's more you know.
As a child, I used to find it difficult to distinguish the difference between right and wrong. When I got older, I developed somewhat of an internal fire, like a burning desire to extinguish these past misdemeanors as a means to acquiring inner peace. I finally made a conscious agreement with my conscience that I could never right my wrongs. So instead, I right my wrongs.
To you, innit? What if you were to describe your dad in one word?
Alpha male.
Alpha
Straight,
male.
proper, fully, yeah. Like when you do something, you have to do it like a man. Like, bro, but when I tell you, he says men, I'll give you a list of things that men do. Men don't sleep past, say, 6 a.m. As a man, you have to wake up, like, you can't be in bed at 8 a.m.
I could never sleep at your house.
Bro, I'm telling you, men stand up when they do things. Like if I'm doing something and I sit down, it could be anything, bro, and I want to sit down. Why are you sitting down? You're a man. Like, stand up. So he's very like...
This from young or this is from...
Oh, this is from, bruv. I used to train, wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning to go running, bruv. Because I wanted to play football. He's like, do you want to play football? You're gonna do it properly.
That's mad, some kids need that, man.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I get, at the time, I think it kind of, it made me, yeah. I didn't really enjoy football as much because it was like a chore.
Throughout my academic life, I always achieved good grades, but barely tried. In hindsight, I probably should have focused. However, there are no eyes in my behind, therefore hindsight is no vision of mine in my mind.
My mum would discipline us for anything. And it was like, and you just didn't want to get your licks. But when your dad disciplined you, it was like a pay-per-view event.
Mad.
It was
mad.
It was pay-per-view. It was, like, I remember my dad bought a belt to like, just to warn me of what he's capable of. Bought a belt to primary school. Because I kept getting called home, innit?
Yeah.
And one day he came with a belt and I just was like...
You saw it, innit? You saw it. It was intense.
Yeah, I was like, right, bro. Best kid from that time on, boy. But yeah.
One thing I remember is when he used to teach me to read. Because I would say it's Sylvia that taught me to read, my sister. But he was teaching me to read, and I remember the book. And there was a section where it had though, thought, and through.
Oh yeah.
So all those O-U-G-H, R-O-U, and I'd get to one, and I've been taught to sound it out. So I'd be like, throg,
Yeah.
through. They tell me, through. Remember, I took get to another one. Thog, though. But they all look the same.
Yeah.
Thought. They'll come to the word again now. They say now you know it, don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
I'll be reading. And then they went, and I know, because you know how I know?
Yeah.
Because there's this whip is there for my hand, bro. When you get, so I'll get it wrong, cool. I'll get one whip on the hand, cool, I'm going again. And as I get it wrong. Cool, get another word. It gets to a point, yeah, where I'm reading and I can see the words coming, bro. I can see the words.
Just give it to me.
The tears are coming already because I know it's gonna come, bro. Man, it's crazy, but it's kind of, everybody has a different method. It's a cultural thing, isn't it?
Loving you is complicated, loving you is complicated. Loving you, not loving you. Oh.
It's also interesting how poetry has made us like tackle that issue of your father.
Father figures, fathers,
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, because I don't think we've ever spoke about it.
Not in depth, like.
Not really, you know. I think we've, like, I don't know if it's a respect thing or it's just just don't go there kind of thing. I don't know what it is. It's just like
you know what it is? I think probably because for both of us, it's a sensitive topic in a way.
Because I never really knew how I felt. My feelings always change about like father figure, and because sometimes I'm like, this is me, it's just me and my mum, and then sometimes I see people with their like perfect family, I'm like, cuz.
There's no such thing, though.
I know, but you know what I mean, like when
stereotypically, like.
But there's times with people where it's your 21st birthday and your dad's bought you a car, and it's like, cuz that would never, that's like a dream to me. What? Or your dad drops you like to uni and that. Do you know what I mean? Or like your dad's just there, bro. Don't know what that feels like.
The last of my confessions is one I wish I could forget. It easily stands alone as my biggest regret.
How did you feel writing in the piece?
Oh, mad.
I had to ask that one.
Mad.
Because obviously, if you don't know, obviously, you send them around your dad, so that must have been some emotional piece.
You know, the weird thing about it was, I finished the whole thing.
Yeah.
That it was finished, the beginning, the middle, the end, everything was done. The only bit that I didn't write was a bit about my dad, so that's the bit I wrote last.
Is it?
Yeah, because I couldn't, I'd have to put myself literally into a vulnerable place, to be like, what was it like?
For years, I avoided my father at all costs. I avoided my father at all costs. I avoided my dad at all costs.
Poetry's definitely helped us to understand how we feel about it a lot more. That's one thing I would say, definitely.
I'd have to give that to poetry, definitely.
Yeah. Because even with me writing in a piece, I didn't know that I felt like that fully. I think that's probably why it was hard for me to write. Because I could have easily just sat down and wrote something if I knew that's how but I wanted it to be the truth. And I didn't fully know how I felt about the whole situation of my dad passing and the time that we spent, the time that we didn't spend. So I needed to take time to myself and understand myself and how I was feeling, and then put it down. And I don't even think I could write it, not even write it any better, any more honest than I've put it. I don't think.
A bounty on his head. I did not wish to spend time till he was bound by his bed. He was bed-bound, and I was bound to regret this decision of indecision, which seemingly led me to tentatively step with caution when considering visiting my father, much as if he were no more than a game of double dutch.
A passion for knowledge and studying.
Definitely, my dad had books.
Yeah,
man.
books. I still got some of the books in my house now.
Yeah, I come across them sometimes and think, you read this?
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, it was, the memories are short, but like, something just stick with you, man.
I did not wish to spend time till he was bound by his bed. I barely paid him any mind until that mind was nearly dead. I avoided my dad at all costs. Saw us spending quality time as a waste of mine.
And I always thought, as a man, something happens in my house, I should be able to
just fix it.
Gravitate to knowing, or just even wanting to try and fix it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's definitely one thing I got from him. I just remember him like one day, just the house was just a dump site, rather than him just plastering and putting up pavers.
Same.
Yeah, I was just like, you just think, oh yeah, that's sick, man.
Bro, do you know what I'm thinking is weird, yeah? Like, remember we always say our moms are similar. Talking now, I'm starting to feel like our dads are quite similar, you know?
Time equals money, therefore to save my minutes, I put a cap on our connection and avoided my father at all costs until he had a stroke. Different strokes for different folks, and this one could rival Michael Phelps. It was a killer. It seemed the Grim Reaper had paid a visit to his bed and I had been handed a reality check. Suddenly time became a different currency. The value of the pound went up against dilly dollaring around. I would pound the pavement to visit him instead of pound sterlingering on road or simply shilling at home. To be frank, I now realized that my dad was the yin to my yen. Football was our thing, so I'd visit every day towards the Euros with him, but the stroke had removed something from within. From time to time, neither the left nor right side of his mind could remember who I am. I'm your son. Okay, I understand. I understand time can't be bought, but surely I could exchange a penny for his thoughts. I thought I could make up for time I'd gambled away in this casino of life. If only I could tie dollar signs to a time machine, I'd pay my way back to the start. Now, would that make a difference? Or not? I planned to make up for lost time, get rich or die trying, but every time I was there, the stench of approaching death was in the air. It was a filthy scent I couldn't bear. And then I got a call he'd been rushed to hospital. The moment was here and it was finally time for me to face my greatest fear. As the robotic rhythmic beeps of my father's pulse disappeared and my bombarding heartbeat was drowned out by the gushing sound of these waterfalls we call tears, I wept as he exhaled his last breath. Zoned out to the sound of my siblings' cries, from which I built a secluded shrine of harmonious chimes, I looked up to the sky as his soul veered up to the Most High. This is what it sounds like when doves cry. A melodic sigh as you try to pimp a butterfly, and I, yes I, bound in chains by the constraints of my mind. You see, my mind's like a maze. I'm amazed by the way it remains able to cane me through pathways which lead only towards my past mistakes. Just as Cain betrayed Abel, my brain is unable to forgive and forget. I now find myself an involuntary enemy to my infinite memory. I am rolling with the elephants, a claustrophobic inhabitant who mentally shares residence with these elephants in the room, consumed by the fumes of this internal fire like a burning desire to extinguish these past misdemeanors as a means to acquiring inner peace. I search for a solution. Not at the bottom of a bottle, I've never been a fan of that liquid solution. Swimming pools are for sinning fools, and the pull of intoxication, even in moderation, could never serve to appease me of my lack of inner peace. I still search for a solution. A senseless search which led me to no foregone conclusion until one day I stopped searching. And the equation was solved. It was as if X marked the spot and I could not work out why, but the solution found me. You see, it's funny. I used to think Amazing Grace was the tale of an amazing girl named Grace. However, I was unaware of just how amazing Grace was until she saved me. Found me hitchhiking on the road to recovery. As I stepped into the comfortable confines of her people carrier, she said, "I must warn you, life is a beach. But the road to salvation is a rocky one. You cannot sandal paths." Initially despondent, I eventually responded, "Salvation is my goal. And I do not wish to see the bottomless pit of defeat, so please, cover up my soul." You see, I cannot walk on water. I am but a mortal man. I cannot put right my wrongs, but there is one who can. Restore me to a peaceful place like the resting state of a Pokemon. You see, I walk with Jesus. I said I walk with Jesus. Not in a Jesus peace, but I know there is a piece of He deep-rooted inside of me, and you reap what you sow. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, so take the time to look deeply into mine and you will know, for the light of Christ that shines bright in I will show as I finally reach my solemn state of serenity that I know is my inner glow. Loving me is complicated. but knowing God loves me makes it more straightforward. From this day forward, and for all that's gone before it, I forgive me. Thank you.